Now, the story of a Borders rugby man who's making his mark at the very top of the international game.
Former Gala captain and coach Richie Gray has just signed a new contract to continue his work with the world-famous South African Springboks. Stuart Cameron's been to meet him.
Richie Gray is well known in the Borders, a 1999 cup-winning captain with Gala and later a coach for the Maroons. His expertise in the contact area of the game led to him being signed up by the number 2 ranked team in the world, and this 2-year deal ensures he'll be at the World Cup next year. But how did it come about?
I was invited down last January to work with our high performance unit, and then one thing led to another, and then I was invited in for July for the championship, and things went well there, and just one thing after another. Professional sport, and I've been involved in it for a long time, Stuart. Sometimes there's a little bit of luck involved. You get a chance and you just got to take it, and that's the key. So no, I worked hard, and hopefully it'll pay off over the next couple of years.
All this, of course, is tremendous news for Richie Gray, but many people asking, how come Scottish Rugby let him slip through the net?
Everybody has their time. I was employed underneath Jim Telfer, Ian McGeechan, Richie Dixon when I was at the Scottish Rugby Union, and I left obviously about 5 or 6 years ago now. Different groups bring in their own people, so there's no problem with it. You just get on with it, and there's New Zealanders coaching England, there's England coaching Wales, there's Wales coaching Ireland, you name it. The world of professional sport now is a real mixed match, especially in coaching. So you've been given the opportunity, just go for it.
What about other Scottish coaches though? There's a lot of talent here. They don't really get the chance that they deserve.
I think in some ways it's difficult because there's only 2 professional teams, so if you've got 2 professional teams, you've maybe got 3/4 coaches per side, so there's not a massive amount of jobs really. You got to go where the work is. You can't sit and wait in Scotland for a job to come, because you could wait for many years, because there's not the avenues there.
One thing's for sure, the man who invented the collision king, which is now used all over the world, is certainly making his mark in world rugby. Not bad for a man who started his career right here in the Scottish Borders. Stuart Cameron, ITV News, Gala Shields.
Good luck. Great job. The rugby union season in the Borders comes to an end tomorrow at Walkerburn, where they'll be celebrating a special landmark in the history of the club. It's the Sevens tournament. Here's Stuart Cameron.
It's not been the best season ever for Walkerburn, with just 1 win and a draw. But tomorrow they're going out with a bang as they celebrate their 130th anniversary at the Walkerburn Sevens.
Very much so, yeah. I've been training since the start of April for it. Visited a few Sevens tournaments in Edinburgh and done pretty well. So can't wait till the day and show that in front of our home fans. Should be a good laugh.
Without doubt, it's one of the prettiest settings for a ground anywhere in Scotland. And Walkerburn's hard-working organiser Paula Ketterer is looking forward to a cracking event.
My first experience of rugby was Melrose Sevens, and it was one season about 4 years ago. And I went to every Sevens I could get to after that. And I've just been hooked. And then getting involved in Walkerburn Rugby Club has just been so fantastic for me, because I feel like I've made a difference.
The history of Walkerburn Rugby Club goes back 130 years, but in this pro era, it's very difficult to survive for smaller clubs. A point that I put to the president, Russell Blackhall.
That's correct. January last year we had a bit of a crunch meeting, and it was great that the community came out in full support. And I think we've managed to satisfy that by securing the lease when there's future for the club.
Brothers Keith and Colin McCudden epitomise what grassroots rugby is all about. Between them, they've devoted 40 years to the club. It's all about playing for the jersey, isn't it?
Well, that's right, yeah. I figured on early on that I wasn't going to play for Scotland, so it's a good sort of close-knit club we've got, and we've stuck together.
The social side of things is very important to us, but we like to think that we take the game day serious for 80 minutes at least, then we have our laughs afterwards. And to me, that's what rugby's all about.
Could holders Melrose end their own season with yet another win? Stuart Cameron, ITV News, Walkerburn.
And we'll bring you highlights from the Walkerburn Sevens on Monday. Enjoy that if you're going along over the weekend.